Hey! Get us an update on the vaccines. Remember how you treated us at the commission meetings? Tell us, did it work? Exactly, she's wrong. Congratulations.
You'll not get away with this. We will not comply anymore. I'm glad you're getting a paycheck, and I'm glad you're sitting in your seats thinking you'll never be removed because you got election fraud on your side, but we're working on that too. Have a great day.
Thank you. Please do not clap.
How's it going? Tell us if the shots worked. We want to know. We want to know.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so much.
Tell us if the shots worked. I mean, I remember what you did a year and a half ago. Yeah. The masking, everything. We want to know if it worked.
Thank you, guys. All right, see y'all. Thank you.
Did the shots work? Just tell us. Okay. You know, how are people supposed to believe everything you tell us? You know, with everything that's going on, just tell us. Danielle? Did the vaccines work? We want to know. Two and a half years of masking and lockdowns. Just tell us. Okay. Yeah, no reply yet. Isn't this great? Look at that. This was the same crowd that said defund the police. Okay. Well, some brought it up. You could have condemned it. At least condemn it. I'm 10 feet away. I don't even want to be near them. I'm not interested. But, you know, if these people had public meetings, I wouldn't be here. You know they're shady.
We'll do something. But right now, I'm going to need you to go.
Okay.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. I mean, he said everybody's welcome, though.
Everyone's welcome, but you can't be at my event and put disparaging on other people. So this is a fun time, a community time
I
to
didn't
come
even
together.
speak to anyone 90% of the time.
I understand that.
You did speak, I saw you, and I also saw that you weren't putting your mask on. So go.
Oh, I was eating. Okay. I mean, maybe you can talk to us and about our concerns. We wouldn't be here. Yeah.
How you doing today?
Oh, they just escorted me out.
Oh, they kicked you out?
Yeah, because they find out who I am.
Who are you?
I have views that are very, very
That's
different.
Okay. It's okay.
I do.
I was telling everybody that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And
we all have. Look, that's just like me. I'm a people person. I have all kind of friends.
Right. But
it's your life.
Okay.
And you have every right to your beliefs. You don't have to agree with everything.
Right, but that's the thing. These are elected officials, and what they need to be doing is having...
I want to tell you one more thing I know about the Negro. when I go through Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and I would see these little government houses, and in front of that government house, the door was usually open, and the older people and the kids, and there's always at least a half a dozen people sitting on the porch. They didn't have nothing to do. They didn't have nothing for their kids to do. They didn't have nothing for their young girls to do. And because they were basically on government subsidy, and so now what do? They abort their young children. They put their young men in jail because they never learned how to pick cotton. And I've often wondered, are they better off as slaves picking cotton, having family life and doing things, or are they better off under government subsidy? Yeah, they didn't get no more freedom.
Of whites have been forced out of public education because forced integration has made a wasteland of schools in many major cities. When I attended public schools in New Orleans, the most serious offenses were chewing gum or being out of class without a pass. And now it's drugs, weapons, beatings, even rape. Many cannot afford to move to different areas or send their children to private or church school, and too many of our kids are now suffering a living hell in an environment more like a nasty, violent, drug-filled gangster rap reality show rather than a decent public school.
Hey, B, what happened?
Some call it racism to even point out the hard fact is that black juveniles are 10 times more likely to be criminal, to beat, to rob, to kill, to deal drugs. Are facts racist too? Are white parents racist because they don't want their children to go to school where their children are 10 times more likely to be robbed or abused, intimidated, beaten, or even killed or raped? A school where obscenity, drugs, and violence and gangster rap are the dominant culture, where sexual intimidation, obscene and crude language, and even sexual assault is pervasive. Schools that academically resemble more the third world than America. I know some of you don't worry about the white children in those environments. It's considered noble to concern yourself with the well-being of minorities, even at the farthest ends of the earth.
And I'm just hearing that, like, there's now tens of thousands of Haitians in Mexico. It's unbelievable. And then plus we've got the Afghans coming in. You told me about your concern about there are Somalis in Atlanta. And are there Haitians in Atlanta? Yes or no?
Lots of them, yes.
Ah.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Hey, this land was made, you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highways, I saw above me that in the skyways, I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I've roamed and rambled and followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of the diamond deserts, and all around me a voice was sounding, saying this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Hey, this land was made for you and me. This land, when the sun comes shining and I was strolling and the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling, and as the fog was lifting, a voice was chanting, saying this land was made for you and me.
But Jared, why are black people so violent? Why are black people violent?
Okay, you want the answer to that question?
I do. I want to know the answer.
It's a combination of low average IQ and high serum testosterone combined with a lesser ability to defer gratification. Because the combination of low IQ and high testosterone, no matter what the race of the person, makes a man more likely to commit crimes, primarily of violence, but other crimes as well. Furthermore, an inability to defer gratification. And you can prove this if you take a group of white children, a group of black children, and you say to them, you have a choice of either 1 marshmallow now or 3 marshmallows a half an hour from now. Asian children are more likely to say, well, I'll wait and I'll get the 3 marshmallows. Then the Asian are the most likely, then comes whites, then comes blacks. Black children want that 1 marshmallow now, even if it means they don't get 3 marshmallows in a half an hour. That kind of mentality of being unwilling to sacrifice now for the future lends itself to a kind of smash and grab mentality that makes people more likely to commit crimes. So it's a combination of those 3 things. And you find
being in a system where you're systematically deprived of things, because black people are systematically deprived of resources in every area of activity.
Then why are the violent crime rates so high in African countries as well? Why are they high? Why are they high in Haiti?
That's a complete bald-faced lie.
Okay, another lie. All right.
Everybody wake up. That union that just marched is a fake union.
No, I don't want to talk to you. Excuse me. Get off.
Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me.
You still talking that shit, nigga?
Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me, please. Get off of me.
All up on that motherfucking camera, nigga. All up on that speakerphone, talking all that racist shit, nigga. Oh my mama, get off that side.
Actually, it exposes everything what's wrong with Nevada. You can see here, this is corruption in Nevada. You've got here.
Our narrative won't be changed. This is about racism in schools, and that's what we can stick to. This is not, no.
Okay, can I just put it outside?
No.
I can't have this flag?
You can't take it in that room. I don't care what you do.
Okay, then I'll put it right there. I'll put it in there. I'll put it right here. This is public space.
You're the only fascist.
Fascist about what? Why don't we break up?
Hold up, check this out. What? We're not finna do this. We're not finna do this.
Okay.
Our kid is in there. We're not finna do this.
Okay.
We are not gonna
Don't
do
raise
this.
your voice. Don't raise your voice.
You don't tell me what to do.
Oh, if I raise
You
my
don't tell me what
voice,
to do.
if you raised your voice,
You don't tell me what
why?
to do.
You're not in the meeting.
You are coming in here to be resistant and to be disruptive, and it's not gonna happen.
You don't like Persian Americans. That's what you are. Yes. No, I didn't even do anything wrong. I didn't even do anything wrong. I didn't even do anything wrong. Why did I didn't make any? No, I don't.
Him and the flag need to go.
I don't need.
Well, I can't tell you what to do in the library.
This is public property. We have the right to be here. We have the right to be here. We have the right to be here. Why not? I just want to ask a question.
No, you're not.
It's not disrespectful. It's freedom of speech.
You are not going to
It's freedom of
antagonize us. You
speech.
are going to go.
I just want to ask one question.
No, let's go.
I want to ask one question. I want to ask one question.
Of King will be made public, revealing his perversions and Communist Party ties. That is, if they aren't delayed or heavily redacted. If they are released, they may very well end Martin Luther King Day across America. We already know King was a deeply flawed figure and an inappropriate role model for American whites. In 1957, King attended the Highlander Folk School, a communist training ground, which was disbanded by the state of Tennessee for its subversive teachings. At the height of his popularity, King associated closely with Stanley Levison, a member of the American Communist Party and one of King's closest advisors. Peter Brimelow writes, "It may very well turn out that King's decision to come out in opposition to the Vietnam War in April 1967 was ultimately at the behest of America's foreign enemy."
What is your remark that when people say
oh, well, you guys can't do certain jobs. You can't do nursing. You can't do all that. What do you say about that?
I mean, the part of the country I live in, West Virginia, which is overwhelmingly white.
In January 1964, King watched and laughed as Pastor Logan Kearse forcibly raped a woman in his hotel room, encouraging the molestation. The woman was a member of King's parish. Is this who we should be teaching as a hero in our schools? Moreover, King's dream of integration just isn't working in America. Take this video from Dover, Delaware, of a group of black boys attacking a white student. Shockingly, the bus driver doesn't attempt to break up the fight or even notify police. The video was censored from YouTube in order to maintain the mainstream narrative of black victimhood, but is just one of many examples of black and white violence. Indeed, King's dream has turned into a nightmare. Regardless, whites are still forced to atone for slavery, even in areas where the abolitionist movement was the strongest. Peter Brimelow concludes for VDare.com, diversity is not strength, it is weakness. The celebration of a deeply flawed figure like Martin Luther King was a confession of weakness, and the attempt to turn him into a national role model has required unsustainable myth-making.
My dig, listen, things are way different now. Back,
You think that was okay?
Now I do not. Please.
You thought that was okay? And then you're gonna ruin relationships and talking about I'm destructive?
Listen.
Fucking bitch.
God, please.
I love you, Coach.
Oh my God.
That her neighbor, 22-year-old Lisa Dodd, had been decapitated.
To have to lose a child that way, and that baby is an extension of her mother and the rest of her family, so they lost a child as well. They lost two.
Allen's police chief said that Dodd's mother hadn't heard from her in a few days, so last Thursday, she went to check up on her daughter and found her in that horrific state. The crime scene was at Dodd's apartment in Alton, off of Bolivar Street.
They just recently had moved in.
She was 8 months pregnant when she was killed. Her family was planning her baby shower at the end of June.
Her family would not be burying her and their grandchild.
Dodd had an on-again, off-again relationship with 22-year-old DeAndre Holloway for about 2 years. Now Holloway faces several charges. Alton police chief says
has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of intentional homicide of an unborn child.